seat?
That's actually my desk.
Oh, that's your desk. Oh,
I got a sit to stand desk. So.
Oh, nice. I want to get one of those. So actually, as you were lifting or lowering the desk, it looked like you were getting higher. Yeah, and it actually looked like your chair because I guess the mic's attached to it too.
The mic's attached to the desk. Yeah.
Yeah. So it all went in one, but your background didn't move, so it looked like just your See, it looks like you're going lower. Oh, that's funny. Now you look like me sitting at a regular desk. And then so you can adjust it so you can actually see your font on your
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get. Like, still have my head, but then still see the Cybertruck. So
yeah. And we're just waiting, folks. I know we're live. We haven't started the show
yet.
Are
we live? Yeah. I've been playing with my desk going up and down.
I told you we were live.
Okay.
We're just waiting for another minute or so to have some more people come in the room. And
I'm Dax.
Paul's having too much fun, as a matter of fact, with his what are they called? Standing desk?
It's a sit to stand desk.
Sit to stand desk. Sit to stand. Okay, yeah.
It's a motorized desk.
Yeah.
It's got a Tesla motor in it, actually.
Oh, really? Battery operated then, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
So some people coming in the chat room. I see Gary saying, "Hey, Gary's all the way up north. Gary's further north than you."
That's impossible.
Yeah, no, he went away for a few days on business, of course. So that he had to go. I shouldn't say anymore. I think I've said too much already. Sorry, Gary. And then there's a Facebook user.
Somebody else has one of those sit-stand desks.
Oh yeah,
Facebook user. Yeah,
yeah, I see that. Yeah, I apologize to the Facebook users. I'm glad you Facebook users come in and join us and help out. Unfortunately, the limitations with the software that Paul and I use. It doesn't for Facebook. It doesn't give us the name of the user. You just come up as a generic Facebook user. So I know you said that you wanted to know if there's really no Cybertruck, and we'll get to that in a second when we start the show. And then they're saying they have one of those, or it could be two different people. Who knows? Because we can't tell, right?
And just FYI, I might be laying on the mute periodically because my wife is still in a wait a minute. This way. My wife is still in a meeting in the office next to me. So
really, it sounds like it's coming from that way. It's really
that way.
I'm kidding. I can't tell where it sounds like it's coming from. Yeah, no, that's all good. Hey, listen, we live in a weird world now where the pandemic has kept us all inside. Right? My kids have been homeschooled for God knows how long. My wife, I don't think she'll ever see another. Her office ever again. I mean, she hasn't been back since over 14 months. So
I totally relate. I've developed a lot of skills in the last year, and if my wife is continuing to talk, I'm just going to go on mute and I'm going to mime all my answers. So
okay, yeah, you don't, like I said, we talked about this off air a little bit before we started, and she's very faint. But if you're sensitive, or if she's talking about sensitive stuff, and you think that we may be able to pick it up, so if you feel like it, sure. I mean, not telling you to, but I'm not telling you you don't have to either.
Okay. Yeah. But we'll see if we get complaints in the.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, we have Trevor in the house. Hey, Trevor, what's going on? You know what? Yeah, I think you know what. It's 9 minutes past when I was supposed to start, so I think we can start. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Tesla Talks podcast. It is May, and I apologize. I haven't done one in a few weeks, but there's been a little bit of Tesla news, and then not enough to actually have a podcast. So I've waited till they all get together, and then there's some stuff that I don't even want to talk about that came up in the news that was all over the news that you won't hear here because we're not going to talk about it. And if you know what, that whole Texas crash and everything.
Yeah.
It's a steal deal. We already know, which most of us suspected from the very beginning, is what it ended up being. So we won't even get into it. But welcome to the show. On a lighter, more happier note, we have our Tesla Canuck person back. His name is Paul, back on the podcast. Welcome again, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me. I didn't know we were flying solo tonight. So usually I have like Franklin as a buffer.
Yes, and Franklin is a very good buffer. Unfortunately,
He's a buffer.
Franklin couldn't make it here tonight. He may be here in comment spirit, but he couldn't be here in video spirit.
Yeah.
In other words, he may be in the comments throughout the night. But
I heard it interfered with his workout. He's like, getting all jacked.
Yeah, he's on a very strict workout regimen right now that he's going, you know what? Okay. I didn't know if he wanted me to say this, but I'm going to tell you guys that because I feel like we're a family. He's on the, it's just you and I, right? Yeah. He's on this very strict regimen where he's going through a transformation. He's blossoming. So right now he's in between that stage, so he can't show his face on camera. But after the transition is fully completed, he will make his appearance and reintroduce himself to us.
Wow. Like in a higher voice?
I've said too much.
We're going to get some crap in the comments. So let's.
I know. So let's not even go there. And it'll probably be from him. So getting back to the news, we've got some news, but you know what? Some of the news, and this is going to be the first thing I started with, and you actually got me onto this, Paul, when we were talking off air earlier.
Yes.
Some of the news, like the first thing we're going to talk about, is really no news, right? You know what I mean?
No news.
You know how they say sometimes no news is good news? Well, not when it comes to Tesla updates. I mean, when we're not getting, and this is how spoiled we are. I've said this before. It's us Tesla owners being spoiled, right? I mean, we're so accustomed to whether it's every 2 or 3 weeks or every month, we get some kind of update. And it's usually significant. It may not be like a V10 or a V9, like the big one that we usually see in the fall, but it's something with a new feature, a little twist here, a little tweak there. But I mean, you reminded me this morning, we've got nothing in a long time, right?
After we talked, I went back and I counted because I had done this before.
You did good.
Last year, I did. Last year in 2020, we got a total of 101, at least here in Canada. I know it's going to be different around the world, but in Canada, we got 101 features last year from all the updates. And so now we're into May, and I don't know. I think the last features were really part of the Christmas bonus, the half bonus we got, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what they said. V11 was, or the holiday update. We call it V11, but really it was a holiday update. Yeah. Yeah. I think Elon came out and said it was only half, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still waiting for the second half.
I know. Me too, buddy. Me too.
Well, I was just gonna say, to put some context around this, right? Because I've been a Tesla owner since 2017, and usually, this is the longest drought in between, features. And I'm not complaining. Just let me make that clear. I'm not complaining. I'm just observing, right? And I think at some point maybe you do get diminishing returns, right? Because they were on a feverish pace for many years, and just features after feature after feature, right? So. Maybe that can't be expected to go on forever, but I would have expected something by now.
Yeah, I
something.
I agree with you. I you know who I feel sorry for, Paul? The children.
Me?
No, just kidding. No, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for anyone that took delivery of their car in January, like the beginning of this year, from this year on, because they haven't experienced. They got the little, like you said, the little stupid little tweak updates that really didn't do anything. The ... ones that really haven't done anything since the new year, and they haven't experienced what we've experienced, where you get it. It's almost like every month. It's like Christmas morning, right? Where we unpack a whole new thing.
For a long time, it was like that.
They haven't experienced that.
He knows too.
Yeah, no, Trevor would agree. Yeah, I mean, it'll come. Gary in the chat reminds us that version 11, or whatever they want to call it, it's not a priority right now. And you know what? I see it. I mean, I see it with not just software, but so many things is put to the back burner. And I've said this before, with this whole FSD, and I had that screen up a minute ago. Yeah, this whole FSD beta thing. I mean, it's taking everything. All their concentration, all their energy is all being put to that. And I get it. I get why, right?
It's probably the right place for it to be, right? I mean, we can wait a little longer for Apple Music, right?
Oh, yeah, hopefully. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
While I have this this screen up, I mean, and I thought we'd, you know what? I said to myself, we're not going to talk about FSD, and there's really not much news about FSD, and that maybe tied into this, and that's why I put this screen cap on, is because once again, Elon says a few more weeks and a few more weeks, and like he's been saying this so much that it's gotten to the point where, tell me if you agree with my analogy here, Paul, or anyone down in the chat, is it's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like he kept saying it's going to happen, or it happened, and it's gotten to the point now where really even people I know, like staunch, devoted people that followed behind Elon and followed his every word and was gung ho behind this whole FSD beta and the whole program and everything. Not that they're not with it anymore, but they're like, they putting their hands up in the air and like, you know what, when it comes, because it's anyone's guess at this point. And it's a little bit of frustration, and I think they're a little fed up.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a theme through some of the topics that you picked today, Dax, right? And so I think, that theme is a little bit of delay, right?
Yes.
It's kind of that underlying theme in the topics tonight. But, I have to cut Elon some slack this time because of COVID, right? Like, I know they've done a great job of trying to stay ahead of it, the whole chip shortage, all these type of things, right? But I think you can only do so much. I mean, it's like, think about the supply chains that got disrupted, the manufacturing of things, parts that they depend on, these type of things. Everything's delayed, right? So I'm not surprised, but I just wish he would come out and say, it's not going to happen this year or something, like set the expectations differently and then over deliver and give it to us in September. That would be nice.
Yeah, but I think, I agree with you, but I think he's so far ahead now with this, not ahead. He's so far committed, and we'll use the word committed to this whole notion that it's coming soon, that I think he can't back out of this now. I think, I don't think he could say September now. I think he has to keep saying soon. And just like I had on there for Canada, right? I mean, they said it was coming soon for Canada, coming soon. And even Trevor in the chat there is saying he's tired of Elon saying soon. I mean, it seems to be a very common word he's been using lately, soon.
Well, okay, let's poke at it, right? Because again, I'm just going to reiterate my position on it, which is like, I'm prepared to give him some slack. I mean, FSD, maybe that's, Noah said FSD is another thing. And I think I could probably get there because for me, it's been a journey since 2017. Right. Yeah. So I do feel, Noah's statement there. But, that being said, the man's achieved so much, this year between Tesla and SpaceX and everything he's doing. I'm sure he's split in 100 different ways, but I do hope that he can get some focus, on FSD, in particular. Cybertruck, I believe the same, like Noah mentioned as well. No one should be disappointed with Cybertruck. It was going to be end of 2021 anyways. So if it slips into 2022, given the year that we've had, I'm cool with that. But I would like to see something from FSD.
Exactly. And we're going to get to the Cybertruck and later on in the show, and that's what that's
whole, a good point Noah has.
Title.
You should put that up. Noah's last comment.
This one? The long one?
Yeah. I think this is a really, really great statement, because maybe that's not what it is anymore, but the fact that we don't have it or not. It's like, stop making promises.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's Elon. He's famous for that, right? Putting his foot in his mouth. And I thought he learned his lesson from making these extravagant promises and being late. And at one point, I thought they were doing the opposite. They were they were under promising and over delivering.
Yeah,
and
for a period of time, it felt that way. Yeah,
and I think they still are for the most point. But you're right. The news that we have this week and this particular topic about FSD seems to be the contrary. Yeah, but no, you're definitely right, Noah. Broken promises.
Yeah. And what about the Roadster? Have you heard about the Roadster? Maybe
The
Trevor
who?
has. Like, is
The
that
who?
is that
Oh,
delayed?
I don't even want to talk about the Roadster because I don't want to see a grown man cry. Yeah, like, Trev, I saw you posted about yesterday about having in your garage and your driveway. Those are the two vehicles, the Cybertruck and the Roadster, and I hope you guys get your Roadster soon. But I'm wondering, are they going to prioritize the people that ordered or prioritize the winners for that Roadster?
I don't know, but I'm going to do something mean right now.
Don't.
Trevor, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Trevor's saying don't. Okay.
Sorry, Trevor.
Did you do it? Oh, yeah, it's behind you.
I did.
Oh, poor Trev. And you know what? It's not just Trev. It's other people that are in the same boat as him, right? And
okay.
And there's some people
we won't talk about it.
What was it?
My fault, Trevor. Don't blame
$50,000 down payment or deposit?
Oh yeah. There was a big deposit on that one.
Yeah. So consider those people before we complain about FSD beta and stuff like that. Wow. But you know what? Speaking of delays and speaking of Trevor, and he's laughing in the background there, just a few days ago.
Ribbing.
Yeah, I shouldn't say a few days ago. It's probably about 3 weeks ago now. And this isn't news, but it is kind of alluding to what the whole title of the podcast was. Trevor, back on April 15th, and when I say Trevor, I mean Tesla Owners Online. I know I never get that correct, Trev, so this time I am, because I'm reading it. He was responding to something that Elon had said, nice, looks like the factory is coming along great. Still on time for some deliveries later this year. I think, if I'm not correct, he was responding to when Elon went to the factory with the Cybertruck. So maybe that's what it was. But anyways, Elon responded to him and said, limited production of Model Y this year, comma, which is a pause, high volume next year. So Trevor is asking about how the factory's coming along and hoping we get something for Cybertruck and the Y. And all Elon did there was just talk about the Y. I mean, it's one small little sentence, but he completely omitted Cybertruck there. So that's got to say something, right?
It either says it's coming out next week or next year.
Yeah, you can read through the tea leaves on that one, folks. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and Trevor is saying right there, he was asking about the Cybertruck. He didn't say it in there, but in that vein of conversation, which is further up, and I didn't get that part of it. He was asking about the Cybertruck. So for him to just go straight to the Y, and it looks like he deliberately changed the subject to the Y. And as far as I know, not as far as I know, I'm being facetious.
You know, I'm not a psychoanalyst, but I play one on TV. No, I'm not a psychoanalyst, but I think this is called avoidance.
or misdirection. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. So, and it's okay. You could just say that in itself, that one tweet in itself was, fine, whatever. But, and I don't have a screen cap of it or a part of it, but in the earnings call last week, there was very little said about the Cybertruck. And I think it was once again purposely avoided the conversation of the Cybertruck. And I think at one point, and correct me if I'm wrong, he talked about the Cybertruck ramping up in 2022. Like, and listen, by all means, I did not expect the Cybertruck to be full production by the end of this year, and we would start seeing them in July coming out of the plants or anything. I'm not saying that. I mean, I know that's pipe dreams. That was never realistic to expect. But I thought we'd get a few near the tail end, like trickle through in maybe the second half of December or something, just to say, well, whether it's half a dozen or even two, to officially say, okay, we've started production and we've delivered 6, so they could still, stand behind that commitment that they had on their website, and I think they still have on their website. Deliveries in 2021. I think it said late 2021. So it seems like they're not even gonna try for that now. And I don't know if it's a delay in the building, if it's a delay. When I say the building, I mean the factory, and I don't think so, because that thing looks like it's being just thrown up. But it looks like. Go ahead.
Maybe I have a theory. Okay,
I want to hear your theory.
Well, I don't know if you do. I think that maybe Elon is giving time for people to invest in that crypto. That I'm not even sure you pronounce it. Is it Dogecoin, Doggy Coin? I don't know.
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
It's doing good, buddy.
Yeah, so I think maybe he's trying to help out, prospective purchasers by pumping up some Doge coin, so that by the time 2022 comes, you can just buy it outright.
Yeah, I was trying to think when I saw it today, and I heard it was like almost 60 cents today or something like that. And I don't know what it finished at. But I was trying to think when he was really pushing it, probably a month or two ago. I was racking my brain to remember. I want to say it was at like 7 or 8 cents. And if it's at 50 or 60 cents now, like I'm kicking myself.
The hilarious thing, and the reason why I never pulled the trigger on it, is because the practical side of my brain says to me, there's unlimited supply. Usually that means something's worthless. So that's what kind of kept me away from it, but it's pure speculation. So a lot of people who did well in it are just going to be able to buy a Cybertruck outright. Yeah.
Tell me about it. I mean, for it to go up like that, I don't know. I know nothing about, first of all, I know nothing about stocks. I've learned a little bit in the last year or two, but tenfold that, even more, that I know nothing about crypto stuff. So I don't know. Should we continue with the more bad news?
Yeah, sure. Let's go on. It's a theme for the night. Let's just do it.
It sounds like the theme for the night. Yes. Another article. By the way, all those articles and the Twitter stuff was from our buddy Drive Tesla Canada. Great folks over there. They give us all the insights and all the news, it seems, lately. So good stuff. This was back 2 days ago. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, happy May 4th, everyone. Happy Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
Yes. And you know what? Damn it. I had a helmet and it's upstairs. I was going to bring it down. Oh, damn it. I've totally ruined the show. Anyways, so this was 2 days ago, and anyone that knows Darren is the one that runs Drive Tesla Canada. He was the first person or first publication I saw online talk about this. And then subsequently since, other people have been talking about it, other publications have been talking about this. This is about the Giga Berlin opening delays. Now they're saying maybe 2022. There's been some report. Like, I thought that thing was all done. I remember hearing a week ago or 2 weeks ago that there was some bureaucracy with red tape and stuff like that, that it may have delayed it a little bit. But I thought that thing was ready to go in like June or July, like next month, like in the next month or two. And now they're calling for 2022. It's very disappointing. If that's really what it is, if it does.
I'm wondering if maybe, what they did in China was amazing. Like, what was that, like 3 months or something? They put up a
like 3 weeks.
Something like that. And for anyone who's done business in Europe, like if you're North American like me and you've done business in Europe, you know that things move a little bit slower there because Europeans tend to value their work-life balance a lot better or a lot more than we do here in North America, right? Good point. I'm not surprised, that it's taking longer in Germany.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you, and that was one of my points. And another point too, and what Darren talks about in this article is there's so many opposing forces in that country, in Germany, that are, I mean, I'm sure they've dealt with it ever since they broke ground or even bought the land, what, 2 years ago or a year ago or whatever, that have it in for Tesla, whether it's Elon or what. I mean, just today there was an article about some major German publication that has come right out in the publication and said, bring Tesla. I'm not quoting it here, but sort of along the lines, bring Tesla to their knees about shorting the stock again. So once again, I thought this whole short garbage was over, but now just, and it's supposed, apparently it's some big public publication in Germany talking about it. And then what Darren's talking about here is the German authorities and how slow all the permits are. And apparently that's what's holding this thing up. One of them. Some other people say it may be the production of the 4680 cells that may be slowing things down. But between the permits and maybe the cells, which, you know what, from what I understand, the cells were supposed to be made here in North America and shipped over there anyways. So I don't know if it is so much the cells. It may be strictly be the bureaucracy and the red tape.
It might be a combination of all the above, right?
Yeah.
Like, could be some people actively, doing things to disrupt. It could be just government red tape. It could be just, European way is different than China, right? Who knows, right? But and somebody was saying in the comments that other news sources are saying that it's not delayed. I don't know if you saw that scroll past, Dax, but
by Noah.
Yeah, was it Noah that said that? Yeah. So, I mean, do we know definitively that this is, not to question Darren. I mean, I trust Darren implicitly.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether or not there's another story out there.
Yeah, no. You know how it is, Paul. I don't have to tell you. This is the world of Tesla, and this is the world of Elon. You have to take anything that gets publicized, and not, for the most part, not to the fault of the writer or the publication. It's just with Tesla, you just never know, right? I mean, they were, since, not to dredge back up this whole this Texas crash thing, but since then that happened, and a lot of people were complaining and talking about, why doesn't Tesla have a PR division and get out in front of this? Why don't they get out in front of this? And this is something that, if they had and I agree, I think they need a public relations or a press relations division of Tesla to come out in front of this and set the record straight, so we could put these either rumors or these speculations to bed. But Elon just came out a couple days ago and said, no, we don't need a PR.
Well, it's either going to go down in history as absolute genius or sheer madness.
Yeah. Well, it's not always the case for Elon. It's one or the other.
It's an extreme, right? On both sides.
So, I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't, and I apologize, folks. These are articles I just wanted to talk about. I didn't purposely mean, or even Paul didn't purposely mean to slope this whole podcast in a negative manner tonight or anything like that. We can talk about some stuff that's actually nicer. Like the next article, we can talk about, and this is also another rumor, but it's coming from Darren again, so I take it at I take it at face value, and I'm committed to believe him. He talks about Canada may now be getting, or just hints that they may now be getting the Model 3 SR Plus with the LFP battery packs. And most people say, okay, well, how do you know this? Well, if you scroll down in the article here, Darren explains it pretty in-depthly here. Now, anyone that doesn't know the LFP, it's the lithium iron phosphate battery packs, which they have less, if I'm not mistaken, cobalt or no cobalt in it. So it's cheaper to produce. You don't need cobalt. And but the other good thing is you can charge to 100%. So you don't have to worry about the 80, 90%. And you can charge to 100% on a daily basis, and nothing happens. Like, you don't have any long-term problems with the battery. So that's good. The only other thing is they need more because they don't have whatchamacallit, they don't have cobalt. They need more cells. So the packs are actually larger. And they've been using this in China for a long time. And there's no problem with it. I think when I say a long time,
I don't
since
know
last
about
year.
that. I think Noah kind of, alludes to it here with his question about how's it fare in colder weather. So the reading that I did in terms of, because we've been using LPF in China, right, is that, it is affected more by cold weather than the traditional lithium-ion batteries that the other models have. So
that's not good then, yeah.
Well, not in Canada. That's not going to be good.
No, it's not good.
California will be fine, But I don't know if anyone who's watching cares to comment on fact check me on that. But I do believe it's got cold weather issues in terms of range.
Yeah. No, I fully believe you if you say that. How Darren found this out or research this further is he says if you go to the spec page on the Canadian version of the website, you look at the Model 3, the normal SR usually has a weight of 1,612 kilos, which is about 3,500 pounds. Now they've changed the weight, exact same car, but they've changed the specs, and the weight now says 1,745 kilos, which works out to about 3,800 pounds. So it's almost 300 pounds more, and this would account for the more cells. So right now it's all speculation, but if it adds up, you know what I mean?
I think it's genius that that Darren noticed this.
Yeah.
So I mean, what else that weight's going to be, right? It can't be really anything else.
300 pounds. Yeah.
I think there's probably a realistic thing that's going to happen here in terms of this article. It's pretty good proof.
Yep. And if you go to the China, I can't read Mandarin or Cantonese, but if you go to the Chinese website, this is what Darren took a screenshot here. The weights are very, very in line with these new Canadian weights, and we know the Chinese are using this LFPs. So, yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's not good in Canada, especially like I said, if they don't do well in colder climates. That would not be a good thing.
That's my understanding. I'd love to hear what Trevor or Raj has to say about it, but that's my understanding.
Be very interesting to see. Yeah, I believe you, buddy. I totally believe you. I see I see that could definitely be an issue, and we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure once they do start rolling out here, come October is when we usually hit our first -10 DAX.
Usually video. September 1st.
September 1st. So there you have your first Canadian winter video of the Tesla Model 3 with the new LPF. Is that the acronym?
Yeah.
Battery.
Now, Raj is saying down in the chat, it's, we've known for a while that, China is like the testing grounds. They always get everything ahead of us to see how it works in their market. And then lo and behold, it's never failed by osmosis. It comes to North America. So this could be, the plan all along. And maybe the SRs will eventually get those all across North America.
Maybe they resolved some of the cold weather challenges, and this could be a really great thing.
Yeah.
Right? Time will tell. We'll see. Right. But it's only the SR, right? The other models don't appear in any of the chatter that I've heard to be getting this battery.
Yeah. It seems like to be the SR pluses. Yeah. Or the standard ranges. Yeah. Yeah. But someone here, Family First, thanks for chiming in with that. Yeah. They get winters too. China gets a decent set of winter in certain regions of that country. So I don't know. Let's move on to something nicer too. A positive thing. Like I said that last topic as a positive thing, and then Paul sort of reminded me with this winter thing, and it's sort of twisted into a little negative thing. No fault of yours, Paul. Don't feel bad, but
I don't.
but let's try to go back onto the train of positivity. This article is from Electric. Now, it is something good to say, and they touched on this in the earnings call last week, that we know that there's a global chip shortage that's affecting many industries around the world. And some say that this shortage is going to last, like, this isn't just a temporary thing where it's going to be a month or two. This could last a year or even longer. So Tesla, and I'm not going to go in, you guys can read the article. I'm not going to go into all the details about it, but Tesla went above and beyond, in my opinion. And this is what I think sets Tesla apart from many other manufacturers, especially car manufacturers, is they recognize the shortage, and it only shut them down apparently for 2 days. And they were able to, whether this is from vertical integration or just their sheer genius that they have working there, the brain power they have working behind them there, that they were able to change the chip to some other kind of semiconductor chip and change the software on the fly. Like, when I say on the fly, I'm sure it took them some time, but like, they were able to do that, it seems, fairly quickly.
I think you highlight one of the biggest differences between Tesla and their traditional competition, right? Like, Ford, GM, whatever, right? Is that, Tesla's like a jet fighter and the others are like the Titanic, right? And you know how hard it is to turn the Titanic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? And so it doesn't surprise me that, it even says in the article here about Tesla's startup mentality, right? They've grown into a huge company, but they still make fast decisions. I think they probably have a fail fast kind of, strategy around some things, right? Sometimes to our, detriment, but, it helps them stay ahead of the curve. And it doesn't surprise me that they found a solution to this. And, it's not just Elon, right? I mean, Elon obviously is the leader, but I think he's got a lot of really smart people who share that same passion and that same mindset about just, divergent thinking type of thing, right? Where they can come up with solutions that, by the time they have something implemented, GM's still in the boardroom fighting about it, right? That's just my belief anyways.
No, I agree. Yeah. I mean, in the article here, and just like you're saying, they talked about how they were able to pivot. You're right. No other, not to my knowledge, no other manufacturer could pivot like them. And I know I said a semiconductor. They actually switched over to a microcontroller, and then they just wrote firmware for that, for the new chips. Like that would shut the doors on so many other companies. I think the only other company I can think of, and correct me in the chat if you guys know of any others, the only other company I can think that could do that on a whim like that would be Apple. That's that powerful and that big that could like figure things out on their own.
Losing your agility in the modern age of today, right, is, oh man, that's like a death knell to a company, losing your agility. And I think that's why why some of the traditional players are finding themselves always in a catch-up position, right? Whether it's, just their production of their cars to things like this. How do I deal with a disruption in the supply chain? Right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We can keep talking about this. I just have to take that screen off because somebody was having an
Did I miss something?
Aneurysm. No, it's just if you know history between some people, someone was having an aneurysm by having the electric article up there. I don't want to out anybody. But yeah, it's the first article I found, so that's why I put it up there. Moving right along. You know what?
Next topic.
Yeah, I wasn't going to. I didn't know if we had time for this, but we're flying through the topics tonight. So, You know why?
Because Franklin's not here.
I'm just thinking the same thing. Because Franklin's not here to,
Yes.
you know what? Franklin, we love you. I'm not making any more fun.
We miss you. We miss you, buddy.
Yeah. But we sure are having a goddamn lot of fun, though.
We're having this is an efficient podcast today.
Yes. You know what? I'm glad you're in the chat, Trevor, because a lot of these articles that I'm talking about, center around you. This is another article from Drive Tesla Canada. The official 118th Tesla Cybertruck diecast is coming soon, and we know this because of our friend Trevor, Tesla Owners Online. He asked, and I guess this guy Javier Vadura, I hope I'm saying his name correctly and not butchering it.
Someone will let you know.
Yeah, he says, okay, right there. See, Darren did the homework. He's Tesla's director of product design. He asked, he tagged Elon and this guy, and then another guy named Woodhouse too. I don't know who that person is. Any idea when we can expect an official Tesla Cybertruck diecast model in the Tesla shop? And Mr. Javier said, working on it. He's got a lot of Twitter cues from Elon, I see there, with his 1 or 2 or 3 word answers, but working on it. So that's good to know. Like, I didn't even think. I thought maybe just with that Mattel stuff that would be it. But it's good to know they're making a 1/18th scale. How much do you think that's going to cost? How much are they normally?
I have no idea. The only reason why, like, I have a Tesla Model 3 one, but they were giving them away with the Tesla Model 3s. You got one too, right?
That wasn't the 1/18th though.
That's not the 1/18th?
No, that's
smaller, right?
No, it's not the 1/18th. I forget what that is. Yeah, I got one, and I was just, it's funny you talk about that because I've never opened it. How it comes in that cardboard sleeve. And then you can slide the sleeve out, and then it has the clear casing. So I've never opened it. So I took out the sleeve just this weekend. I don't know. It was on my counter, and I decided to take it out of the sleeve. And I noticed that it wasn't centered in the box. It was like, instead of here, it was like over here. Are you okay? What are you doing?
Yeah, I almost flipped my chair there. So I just wanted to get I guess this would be the 164 then? Is that what this one is?
No, that's not that tiny. 164 is like the Matchbox, I think.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, these guys are going to correct me. Oh,
yeah. This was cool.
132 is what Darren is saying.
132.
Yes. Okay. So it's twice the size of the 164. And half the size of the 118, almost half.
Okay,
so
we're doing math here. It's
I know, and I know it's I don't know. It's school somewhere, isn't it? They say.
Yeah.
What was I saying? So yeah, this I was saying, and Darren knows. I sent him a picture. It was off center in the display case. So I'm like, and it was so off center that the nose was touching the plastic casing, and it made a little like not a dent because it's plastic, but like a little deformation in the casing. So I'm like, I took a picture of it or a video, I forget, and I sent it to a bunch of guys in my chat. And I'm like, is anyone else? Is this normal? Like, it doesn't seem like it should be that way. And anyone that has it, you know that it's got a centering screw that screws right in, a little tiny screw, but it holds it in, and then from the screw has another, I guess, to keep it lined, another little plastic pivoting hole where another little pin goes into. So I know I never have taken it out. I know my wife hasn't. My son, I asked my son because he's the type to screw around with that kind of stuff, and he swore up and down that he didn't do it. So I'm wondering what happened. So I took it out of the box. Long story short, took it out of the box. By the way, this is my Tesla story. You know how we do Tesla stories at the end of our podcast? This is it right now. And if you don't have one, Paul, that's fine. I took it out of the box.
Sure, and
I took the screw out, rotated it, put it back in, and it's perfectly fine now. So reason I say that, because we were actually talking about this 118 scale. And to answer my own question, if I just read Darren's article more, he says those other diecast models, the 118 scale, go anywhere around the 175 US mark. So about 200.
That's not too bad.
230.
For a collector's item, right?
Yeah. But are they like limited?
Well, that I don't know.
No.
I'm assuming that they are, but
I wonder
maybe
if
not.
they are. You know, it's probably somewhere in this article which I didn't read. If I just
it's one of those things like, 50 years ago, if you would have, I don't know, stocked up in the pet rock or something, they probably would be worth a lot on eBay today.
Oh,
So
yeah.
who knows? Maybe these things, if I'd have kept it in the box, my grandchildren would have a fortune.
Do the doors open up on yours? On that one?
Negative. Oh, wait. I don't know.
They do now.
I'm going to break
the
it here
118
on YouTube.
models they do.
No, this one does not open. This was the one that they just gave you for free.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great idea. Like the cost of this must be really, really small, but wasn't it a really cool thing when you picked up your car and you got one of these?
It was a cool thing in theory.
Yeah.
I never got it. My delivery was so chaotic that I got it months later, actually. Months later.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I'm just happy. I never complained. I mean, I got the real thing, so I was happy. But then I actually totally forgot about it. And then someone reminded me a few months later and was able to snag me one from one of the
oh, well, that's good.
One of the delivery centers. So I got it. And then Trevor reminded us, I remember seeing his video, that he painted his to match his car. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is.
And Raj says, no, the doors don't open up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I figured that out when it was starting to break. So.
But those big 110 Cybertrucks, I've watched a lot. I watched your video too, Raj. Those things aren't too, what word am I looking for here? Sturdy, hardy. Like they scratch very easily and they tip very easily too. I've seen so many pictures and videos of them flipping and getting torn up. I said, I saw Raj's video, and then Kim Java put out a video where she flipped it a couple times, I think, or scratched up. And then Eric from Tesla Inventory, they did some video, and countless. I don't know if you've seen him. Just countless people unboxing and reviewing the 110 Hot Wheels, and it's just so powerful that they just flipped it. So mine's happily in the box, in the case, because it comes with this cool case, and I don't know if I'm going to take it out. And if I do take it out, I might need to protect it a little bit better. Video coming soon. So
it's not made of cold rolled steel? Is that what
you're
saying?
No, it isn't. But you know what? I'm in the works of trying to protect it better, and maybe, you never know, maybe it might be cold rolled steel. Maybe it might not be, but it'll protect it. That's a little teaser video to come soon. I haven't put a video out in ages.
That video.
I haven't put one out in ages, buddy.
Well, there hasn't really been much to talk about.
Yeah, and that's probably why.
Yeah, and that's me. I'm like, how many more videos can I do about how to use the radio?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's other reasons why I haven't put a video out, but I don't want to get into that right now. But Trevor brings up a good point. He's gonna 3D print me a whole new body. I'm gonna hold you to that, buddy. That's gonna take like days to do.
So it could it'd be like a Cybertruck condom. He could like print you, like, protection. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I said condom on your channel. That's not good, is it?
Yeah, we're talking about Teslas, and that's making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop now.
Okay.
All right, next topic.
No, that's all the topics now, and we can talk about condoms all you want now. No, you know what? We seem to have like a very good amount of Tesla aficionados. Is that the proper word to say it? How do you pronounce it? In the chat. Yeah. So I can't imagine any of those guys would have a question for us, because we would have questions for them. I think they know their stuff. So
yeah, I feel a little bit inadequate with them on the chat.
I know, and I am lost, Noah.
Yeah, Trevor, Raj. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Noah.
I got nothing to say now.
Darren, family first in his Model S. Yeah, like really. Really, Raj? Anyone watching at home, I'm going to put up what Raj just put there. That's great. That's awesome. People that are listening.
What did I start? What's that? Now people are going to start posting pictures of that plant. But it made the Twitter round a couple months ago. That okay, I won't describe it, but it was the plant.
Yeah, I know. Elon, he sent that to one of the stock guys, right?
Yeah,
that started up that controversy. Crap.
We're descending into. I don't know if we can get back up.
Yeah, Gary. Gary.
That's not what I meant.
Gary was asking us about where is it? Right here. The SNL, the Saturday Night Live thing. Now, it wasn't a topic of mine, but we've got some time. What do you guys in the chat think about this? Do you think this is a waste of Elon's resources? I remember earlier in the podcast, Paul, you were saying Elon's like burning the wick at both ends and he's stretched and everything. So do you think it's productive for him to do this? First, that's the first question. And two, whatever you think, whether it is productive or not, whatever your answer is to that, how do you think he's going to do on live TV?
Okay. So this is a very interesting question because, Elon, I mean, the guy's brain is like twice the size of his head, obviously, right? But he's very awkward, I find, in front of the camera. So it's going to be interesting. Why don't we just say that? I mean, obviously someone's going to write a monologue. I mean, he probably, if there's toilet humor in it, then we know that Elon participated in making the monologue, right? If there's farting or something like that, he's probably behind it. But yeah, it could go one of two ways. It could be like amazing, or it could be, oh my God.
Well, I think it's, I mean, that guy, not okay. Sometimes he brings it upon himself. In this case, he didn't. In many cases, he doesn't. So, but I'm not going to say never because he brings it upon himself. But that guy, controversy follows him everywhere. Like, I mean, just by volunteering to go on the show, and now I heard the writers and some of the casts came out against him, saying they don't think he should be on the show.
Weird,
I mean, what other person have they ever? I mean, maybe Trump, when it was a year ago or 2 years ago. Like, when else has anyone ever, or from the staff or the crew, ever like verbally protested a guest being on a show?
It's a very strange thing. And I think it's because, I mean, the cult of Elon has kind of just, it's just grown exponentially. And I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. I'm not sure why. I mean, if you look at what Elon's contributions are to really important things, be it space, sustainability, these type of things, right? I'm not sure where the hate is coming from, other than maybe people are fed up with his persona, right? Online, Twitter, social media, who knows?
Or maybe it's just all like fabricated and orchestrated to draw more people into SNL. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that I wouldn't put it past them to do that.
No, well,
right? Look at the MMA, right? Like, the trash talking that goes on.
And like, let's be honest. I don't know about you, but I can say, and I'm no expert on this part, but I can say I haven't watched SNL in a long time, and I think I'm an average, normal, everyday person. I don't, speaking to my friends and family and community that I hang out with, I don't know how many people are still avid SNL watchers.
Well, that's the thing. I haven't really watched. This is going to date me, okay? But I haven't really watched SNL since Martin Short was on it.
Who? Just kidding. Yes. No. Well, that's a little Canadian connection,
he had that
right?
character that would smoke the cigarette really fast, and that guy was funny. But yeah, it's way past its heyday. But I'm not 25, right? So maybe the youngins are enjoying it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have cable either, Trev. But I'm gonna find a way to watch it because you got it. Like, I mean, it, like you said, Paul, it could be hilarious and be a hit, or it could be watching a train wreck.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I could be watching like this.
Yeah, and you know how us as humans love to watch carnage, right? Like, we're enthralled by that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Either way, I think it's going to be an interesting experience. And Raj actually said it earlier about the PR, right? I mean,
yeah.
there's method to his madness with Elon. There always is, right? So he's got something that we haven't even thought about.
And who is the singer? Miley Cyrus, I think, is the singer. The guest vocal artist, I think.
Who?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Who? I think it's either Miley Cyrus in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong here, or it's Hillary Duff. I always get those two.
Oh wow!
Girls
so
mixed up. Don't say it, Paul. Don't say it.
Okay, I won't say it.
No, I know exactly. I saw in your eyes. I knew exactly where you were going. So you might as well say it now.
I don't know, what was I going to say.
I thought you were just going to make fun of them. Either
or
Hannah
Montana.
Oh yeah, Hannah Montana, and I know that because I'm a father of a child that used to watch Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana. Okay, my kids were growing up during that time, right? And okay, don't think any less of me, all right? But I kind of was forced to watch it.
Careful.
But the brother on that show was hilarious, right? That guy carried that show. He was so funny.
Who's the brother again? I totally
don't even know, but he was hilarious. Next, we'll talk about iCarly. Can we talk about iCarly?
Hey, my daughter still watches iCarly, and my daughter's got my son into it. Sorry. This show's going complete tangent. It wasn't iCarly. Totally. It was a spin-off of iCarly that they watch now. The one with that singer.
The girl that eats a lot?
No, the girl singer, Ariana Grande.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a show on Disney where the girl from iCarly, not Carly, but the other, I guess, co-star, spun off another show, same character and everything.
Yeah,
with Ariana Grande.
Oh,
Sam and Cat. That's what it's called. Sam and Cat. I love how no one in the chat helped me out on that one.
No.
Here comes Noah.
I'll be sure to watch that later. But actually, you know what? The girl that from iCarly, she was actually in School of Rock. I don't know if you've seen that Jack Black movie.
Yeah.
We're way on a tangent now, but
there's no going back, buddy. We've lost half the audience already.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
School of Rock was good. I like that movie.
Yeah, no, I saw it years and years ago, but I don't remember seeing her. But I would have.
Okay.
She must have been 6?
Who knows? How do we bring this back to Tesla?
You're going to tell me your story of the week.
iCarly. Okay, the person on iCarly bought a Tesla. Now we're back to Tesla.
Bingo.
All right.
Raj, I know you would love to sit here and talk 90s all night.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I know he's bringing up Beavis, but I'm going to get you on soon, Raj. You and Trevor, and we can all talk, and Paul, and we can all talk 90s, and I'll bring what's his name? I forget his name already. Franklin, and he'll look at us with blank stares because he won't have any idea what we're talking about because it's 90s, and I think he was 2.
Yeah. Frankly, who's Princess Diana? I never heard that.
Is that the girl and the frog?
I don't know.
Oh, Pinky and the Brain. Sorry. Okay,
Pinky and the Brain.
Remember that?
Oh God, man.
Animaniacs.
Okay. Yeah. What was that weird claymation one?
Oh, when we were kids?
Gromit and somebody?
Oh, Gromit and
Gromit
and the dog.
The dog, yeah. Which one was Gromit? I don't even know. Okay. Anyhow, yeah. Okay, the dog from that show bought a Tesla. Now we're back to Tesla.
Yes, and he was on autopilot.
Yes.
But he didn't crash.
No. He's a good driver, that dog.
Yeah. Noah's also a person that has no idea what we're talking about, other than than Miley Cyrus. So tell me do you have a story, Paul?
I think I just told them all.
No, Tesla story.
Do I have a Tesla story?
Not an iCarly story.
Do I have a Tesla? Yes, I do have a Tesla story. Like I've put like next to no mileage on my new Model Y, and that needs to change.
When did you get that again? You've had that for a few months now, right?
Yeah, March 27th. I got like 800 kilometers on it or something. I got to get out there.
March.
So I got mine end of March. No, wait a minute. End of February. It's February 27th.
I was going to say, I didn't think you got it in March.
My wife got hers in November of 2020. So, and I think she has less clicks than I do.
You're obviously both working from home. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like there's, I gotta get out there driving. Yeah. So that's my story. My story is I haven't been doing enough driving with my Tesla, and I'm going to make that change, and I'm going to drive it.
Do you mind me asking how many kilometers you have on it? Like, is that too personal? No way. Yeah. If that was a gas car, you wouldn't have even broken the engine yet.
If that was
you'd probably still be on the same tank of gas too from the dealer.
Well, first of all, if that was a gas one, I'd be depressed.
Wouldn't be on the show.
Wouldn't be on the show. I got to do more driving.
I got something for you.
I'm itching to get out there.
Keep talking.
I miss my commute.
You miss your what?
I miss my commute.
I want to show you something. So keep talking. I just want to show you something quickly here.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Okay, no, I got it. I'm very quick. So speaking of gas cars, I filled up my wife's car today, or her truck.
Yeah.
This is how much I spent in gasoline. I showed this to some guys, and they're like, "What am I looking at?" All being smug and everything, like they've never seen a gas station in a long time, playing all silly. But yes, $92.50. Wow. Yes, I was on empty. The truck took 71 liters of gas. For my American friends, that's like, what, probably $70. Paul, help me here. Yeah.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
65, 70. Yeah. Well, let's go with that.
Yeah. And believe it or not, like, okay, you think, okay, it's a truck, so it's going to get you're going to go 1,000 miles or 1,000 kilometers. No problem. No, that gets me if I'm good and like I drive, like driving Miss Daisy, and I'm on the highway a lot and stuff like that.
Easy.
I'll get about 500 to 550 to that tank for $92. If my wife drives it, 400. No, I kid you not.
It's the other way around with my wife. Like, she can drive for some crazy efficiency. Like, she beats me every time.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, she could get 700 kilometers out of her Model Y.
That's good.
If she ever drives it again.
Do you know how much mileage is on that one?
So I got 800 or so on mine, and that was February 27th. We picked that up. And then she picked hers up November 26th of 2020. And I believe she has 700 kilometers to my 800 or something.
Oh, oh,
just
wow.
Sitting in the garage, gathering dust for the day dust.
It's a paperweight.
One day. Yeah. I was thinking of uncorking them. But then I'm like, well, I'm not even driving it. Why would I spend, 3,000 Canadian dollars to uncork it? But
yeah,
I don't know.
No, I hear you. But you know what? Soon. I was talking to Paul about this, that I was having a conversation with Franklin just yesterday. For anyone in Ontario or Southern Ontario. I mean, by all means, Ontario is a big place. If you feel like coming from Ottawa or Sudbury, be my guest. But as soon as this lockdown is over and we get a handle on this COVID thing and things open up, we are doing a meetup and a drive somewhere. Or
yes,
I don't even know. We might not even do a drive. We just do a meetup. And
no, we're gonna drive.
Okay, we'll drive. Yeah, we need to drive. Yeah, 800 kilometers. Yeah, we need to drive. By the way, that's 500 miles for our American friends that Paul has. So yes. Yeah, so as soon as it's over, I mean, it's irresponsible to do it now. I know people are itching, and I've had people private message me saying, "Oh, can we do one? Are you thinking of doing one?" And as badly as I want to do one, we have to be responsible, and we have to abide by the provincial guidelines and rules and everything. Whatever you think of it, that aside, we got to be responsible. But as soon as it's over,
I'd say by probably, I'd have to say by mid-June here. Like, I know the Americans are actually ahead of us now. For a long time,
in the States,
we were kicking their butts, but they're kicking our butts right now with vaccine rollout. But we have come a long way in the last few weeks, and I really think by June, we should have a handle on this thing.
Yeah,
I have to believe that.
Me too. I have to believe it. I mean, right now, our current stay-at-home lockdown order, as of today, expires on May 20th. Will it get extended? More than likely it will. Our numbers are coming down, but and our ICU beds are diminishing, but they're not down enough, I think, to end this on May 20th. But like you said, Paul, probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, June.
That's my prediction.
US friends are doing much better, and they're almost, from what I see, they look like they're back to normal in terms of their lifestyles and stuff like that.
So to answer Trevor's question, I am, so I'm good to go.
I'm half vaccinated, so I'm half good to go. Like this side of me, the left side of me, is vaccinated, not the right side. So, but it should be another little while before I get it.
Another month, and I think we'll be able to do an event. Even if we have to do it like standing, apart or something like that, once we get to wherever it is we're going.
Exactly. As long as there's no lockdown order in place.
Yeah. Well, that, of course.
Yeah, travel ban. Yeah. Yeah. Gary's saying the U.S. is leveling off because of the vaccine hesitancy. Well, you know what? We have to be proud in Canada, because what are we at, a whopping 3% full vaccination? Don't get me started.
Yeah, the full vaccination is low, but I think like between 40 and 50% now have had the first shot, right? So, I mean, at some point in time, we have to hit some kind of herd immunity, right?
Yeah, you think so? I hope so. Yeah. Anyways, we don't want to talk about this. Isn't the COVID podcast?
So COVID got a Tesla.
Yes.
Now we're back to Tesla.
Yeah. I'm gonna whatever. I'm gonna trademark that from you there, Paul, because that's what we've been doing a lot tonight. But no, we were talking about getting out, right? For a drive or a meetup. So that's how COVID came into the
Count
discussion.
Me in. Let's do it.
Yep. I'm just reading. Trevor, he's got his first shot. His next one in July. I think mine's in July too, buddy. Maybe we'll get our shots together. Anyways, folks, that's all I got. If you guys have any questions, like I said, this panel was an expert panel. The panel with Paul, he's an expert, but
I'm okay.
Our audience panel, in the comments down below, in the comment room, I guess you could say, they're experts. So they definitely had no questions. But if you do have any questions, you can reach us at teslatalksquestions@gmail.com. Just email me a question there. I'll get it on right away. And if you have any questions and you find me on any of the social media outlets and stuff like that throughout the week or throughout the weeks leading up to a show, ask me, hey, I got a question. You mind asking it on the podcast? I certainly will, and I'll save it for the podcast. Paul, where can people find you before we head out?
Well, I used to be on YouTube.
No, you still are.
YouTube.com/Tesla Canuck.
I like the
Twitter/Tesla Canuck.
Perfect. Yeah. And I don't even have to explain. Everyone that watches and listens knows you and follows you anyways. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you here next week. Take care. Bye-bye.